Hello, today we will going to discuss about the new concept that is educational psychology. See here two terms are there, education and psychology. These two are very essential when it is concerned with the agricultural extension. Our extension work is nothing but a transfer of technology. Whenever we want to transfer a technology, there is a need that the people must have minimum education to understand it. And the psychology means their psychological factors are the traits which is influencing for adoption of any technology. So it is very essential for us to know about this educational psychology, how it is influencing in agricultural extension. Let's see one by one. The first thing is one must know what is psychology. Psychology is a term derived from a Greek language with the two words, that is psych means soul and logy means study. So in a common way, we can say that the psychology is study of soul. So when we take an individual will going to respond differently to a particular situation based on his psychological traits. That could be observed in a two way. One is the observable act, that is external act. If they become angry, they may throw something very hard. So that could be observed. Another one is, which is very difficult for us, that is the inner state of mind or it is going on inside. If a father or a mother scolds to a children cannot throw anything. They will keep inside and they will be bubbling or they are melting inside. So that is what is the inner state of mind, and these two ways we can understand the response of an individual to a particular situation or a specific situation. So how we could define a psychology? A psychology may be study of a behavior of an individual, or it is a mental activity of an organism, or it is a science of behavior and adjustment. It can be defined in a different way, maybe behavior, maybe mental activity, or maybe behavior and adjustment. But whenever we want to study a psychology, there are four factors which is influencing on psychology of any individual, that is education, the personal factor, situational factor, and the environmental factor. So the Sigmund Freud, he is called as a father of psychology, who is responsible for this concept, and based on this concept has helped a lot for the people to understand other state of mind or a soul. Now we will discuss about the educational psychology. Educational psychology is a part of psychology where we used to apply this psychological factor through this education. That is nothing but a branch of psychology which deals with the behavior of the human being in a education situation. That is nothing but how the people behave after getting educated or during an educational situation. Or it can also be defined as a systematic study of development of individual within the educational settings. That means how an individual develop mentally and emotionally and in a different psychological traits in educational setting will be studied. So here in educational psychology, to study a human behavior, three important factors are essential. First one is understanding. To what extent people could able to understand the situation or the concept. And the second one is based on the prediction. What they are going to think for the future, what they are predicting, what will happen in the future. And the next comes is directed towards desired goal. See, when you have these three things, will going to determine a human behavior in an educational setting. For example, if a people understand the situation, they can predict this may happen, and based on that prediction, they'll set their goal to achieve their target. So this is what is the important factor in educational psychology. Edward Lee Thorndike is called as a father of educational psychology, who is responsible for all these concepts. Now we will see what the educational psychology is attempt to discover something. It is mainly involved in understanding to what extent the factors like hereditary and environmental factors is contributing in learning the things. That means how a hereditary means genetical factor and the situational factor is influencing in the learning. And the next one is nature of learning process, how a learning process takes place. And the significance of education of a individual varies from one to one. Why this is so? Why the significance or the priority for the education will vary from one individual to another individual and why the rate of education will change and why they will going to limit their learning will be studied here. And there is a inner change that occurs during learning. That means whatever the behavior or the psychological components that contributes in changing their inner state of mind will be studied or will be attempted to discover here. And the relation of teaching procedure to learning outcome means what is the relationship between the teaching and what is the outcome of their behavior will be studied here. And effective method are the techniques of evaluating the progress in learning. Means it is a method which help us to give a tool to evaluate how that education has helped in learning process. And the relative effectiveness upon an individual, that is how much the formal and informal education or the learning will influence on the behavior of an individual or on the psychology of or on learning of an individual. And the value of the scientific attitude towards learning. Once you get educated, you will give value to the scientific aspects. Otherwise, we always believe on supernatural power or something, beliefs, customs, all those things we used to have that. But once we have educated, we will give scientific background for that. And the psychological impact upon learners' attitude of sociological conditions. That is nothing but what is the impact of these things on their attitude and other sociological factor will be discovered through this. What is the scope of educational psychology in agricultural extension? First thing is to identify their nature and characteristics of learning. See, once we know what is the nature of learning and what are the characteristics of an individual based on their psychology, it is very easy for us to disseminate the technology. Some may be very good in reading, some may be very good by seeing, they will learn very fast, some will learn by listening. So if we see that nature, we can able to easily disseminate the technology to the farmers. And the same thing, that is the nature of learning, how it takes place, that is also going to influence on the learning process. And the next one is the principle of teaching and learning process. That is the what are the principles which influences on teaching and a learning process will influence. Human growth and development. See, as the psychology or the learning process changes as the human being develop or grow and situation in which he grows, and the hereditary factor, the influence from external environment, how it is influencing. And the next one is technique employed in teaching. That I told the different teaching methods are used to disseminate a technology. What are the techniques which is influencing on that? And identification of the personality trait. That is nothing but some personality will be very cool or introvert and some will be extrovert. In that situation, how I should deal with that and how I can disseminate the technology is very, very essential. And the next one is development and adjustment of psychological traits. See, whenever I'm teaching something to a farmer or when I'm disseminating a technology, it is very essential that the personality traits or the psychological traits should adjust with the communicator with that of the receiver. If there is a mismatch, it is very difficult for us to disseminate a technology to them. And the scientific measurement and evaluation of psychological traits. That is nothing but which are the traits influencing most on the learning or which is influencing very effectively on learning. That is very, very essential to be known. And now we will see the importance of psychology in agriculture extension. The same thing to identify the ability of an individual. See, some individual are fast learner, some are very slow learner, some need some justification for that. That has to be understood this. And the need of an individual and technique to motivate them. And once we know the psychology of an individual or that psychological trait of an individual, we can able to see that what is his need and what are the motivational factors which is influencing him to adopt a technology. And the next one is hereditary. Identify the hereditary and environmental factors that affect the behavior. Many times there is a group influence. Many times there is a hereditary factor. Some people are very innovators. We used to call them as innovators. They used to adapt the technology very fast. This is by nature, it is there. And sometimes people may not adapt because of the group influence or the environment in which they are that will going to influence in adapting a technology. And the level of achievement motivation of an individual. Achievement motivation is nothing but desire to achieve high. See, well, usually the achievement motivation of each individual will vary. If a person with high achievement motivation will going to accept very fastly, inquire the thing, get the knowledge, get all the scientific information source and everything, and he can put it in his situation. Whereas a person with low achievement motivation may not try it at all. And the next one is factors that results in individual intellectual differences and reasons for becoming people as a problem. For example, many times we could see that some of the laggards in adopting a technology. Laggards means they are the traditionals. They don't want to adopt a new technology. They believe that what the forefathers are following are the best technique. Whatever the technology you are giving is not at all suitable for us. That how it is influencing on adopted technology, that is based on their intellectual level, individuals' intellectual level, and how it is become a problem for them to disseminate a technology. And the next one is the factors that lead to differential perception. Many times the understanding the particular technology vary from individual to individual. This perception is influenced by many psychological traits. By understanding these, we can able to understand what is the perception level of an individual. And the next is identifying the cause of emotions and frustrations in human being. See, many times when we go to a village and we are telling about a new technology to a farmer, there are different ways in which they will express their emotions and the frustration. For example, we are telling about a new technology, farmer may say that last year also they have given new technology. I have adopted it in my farm, but because of that, I lost my crop and there is a huge loss for me. That is what he may express in terms of his emotions or maybe in terms of his frustration. So this could be understood, and based on that, we can take it as a ground for us how I can adapt a method to disseminate my technology. And identify the cause of forgetting, how to improve the memory. Many times what happens, the technology dissemination is very effective. Because of poor memory of the farmers, there may be a wrong application of the fertilizers or the pesticides or implementation that may leads to the loss of crop or loss in profitability. So we should see how to improve the memorizing capacity or memory of an individual. Maybe by giving handouts, maybe by showing a pictures, maybe by making them to learn, or may doing some method demonstration. Like that, we can adapt that and tell them to remember it for a long. Based on that psychological trait also, we can follow that. And identifying the level of knowledge and attitude possessed by an individual. The knowledge is also essential and attitude is also very essential. They must have minimum knowledge about the technology, and they must have a positive attitude towards the technology, and the person who is disseminating a technology also important. If they are having negative attitude towards a technology and also to a communicator, it is very difficult to disseminate. And next is to identify the different psychological traits possessed by an individual, that I have explained already, and identify the different psychological traits possessed by individual by using different tests. See, we have to identify these traits by using different tests. So many tests are there, psychological test, which helps us to identify the traits which is possessed by an individual, which acts as a source for us to identify their psychological situation. So I hope whenever as an extension worker, if you want to go to disseminate a technology to a farmer or to a village, it is very essential to know their psychological traits or the psychological behavior. Based on that, we must plan our extension strategies and disseminate a technology. I hope you have got this basic information about educational psychology. Thank you so much.